Sloan, who's live at North Peace Secondary School, I think, right now. How you doing today, Ted?
I'm great. I'm awake and highly caffeinated. That's lovely.
Yes. For those of you who don't know, Ted took a bit of a break from directing Mamma Mia to direct Matilda the Musical, the North Peace Secondary School musical production for this year, and it opens tonight. How excited are you and the kids, Ted?
It's extremely excited. It's been awesome. And last night was our last dress rehearsal. They made me cry. It was so good. They're pumped. They're super, super excited. Everybody is just 11 out of 10s.
Absolutely. I want to talk about this too, because you put up a little post on your personal Facebook page kind of about how last night went. I think this is my favorite thing about the kids in the high school doing theater is just like adults, at some point, the director just lets it go and the show sort of runs itself. And that's exactly what happened last night. So they were solving problems themselves. They had to overcome challenges themselves. You weren't holding their hand anymore. It was literally out of your hands. What does it mean to you to see that team come together and to see this thing that you helped create with them exist on its own, really without your input any longer?
I mean, it's that's one of the coolest things about this show. Yeah, is as a drama teacher, my job is to make them independent of me. And so last night, I there was a couple of problems. I was like, I don't know how to solve this, and to watch them just go, "We got it, Mr. Sloan. We're fine." Um, I was able to step away from the theater, and then I'm glad that no kids followed me because I started crying because it's just really cool to watch these 16, 17, 18 year olds take pride in what they do and ultimately put on even a better show because they have all the tools. So it means the world to me that they were able to go not just we'll do the show, but we'll make it even better.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit about how the show works, because there's kind of two classes that are involved in it, right? As I understand it. And how many kids are involved in kind of making this show happen?
Well, yeah. So overall, between we actually have three groups because we have the pit band, we have the stagecraft class, and we have the musical theater class. So there's about 85 students in total that
Wow.
are involved with this. Yeah, and it's so the actors are responsible for the acting, the stagecraft is responsible for everything that's non-acting, and the band madly tries to keep up, which is incredible. So the three work in tandem. We've been working for about 2.5 months, and then we stuck it all together this week at the Cultural Center, and then we open tonight, and we run for a week. So you can see the show tonight, tomorrow, next Thursday, next Friday, and next Saturday, all at the Cultural Center.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the show itself, Ted, when I think of Matilda, there's kind of a few different cultural touchstones where you might have interacted with Matilda, right? Of course, the novel itself from Roald Dahl. When I grew up, there was a very wonderful movie directed by Danny DeVito, Matilda, which was great. And then since then, I believe the musical, which I'm not sure how close to the Broadway sort of version it is, there was a musical that came out on Netflix. So tell us a bit about this creature that this story that's being told that we can watch at the Cultural Center.
Well, this creature is very close. If you watch the Netflix musical, it's similar to that. It's written by a guy named Tim Minchin and Kelly. They're a songwriting Broadway team. And so there's flashes to the movie, but it's more towards the book and that Broadway musical. So there's a lot of singing. There's a lot of magic that happens. There's a couple of scenes in the movie that if you grew up with Danny DeVito's movie, you're like, why isn't there? But there's a couple of new scenes where they're just like, wow, that's a really cool thing. And there's a lot of really powerful songs. There's a song called When I Grow Up, which is all about little kids like getting the power and going, I'm going to do things right. There's a song called Naughty, where it's like, hey, sometimes you just got to be a little bit naughty to make sure that you get things right. And there's numerous songs where, like, one of my favorite moments is the end, not to say who it is, but we have these three very powerful women on stage, and they're the ones who save the day. And so I'm just going to cry. And the kids save the day. So it's really neat because it's all about people seeing something wrong and fixing it and bringing joy.
Ah, that's wonderful. What a great message. I assume this is a family-friendly play. You don't have a matinee, unfortunately, but you can bring your kids and they'd enjoy this, right?
Yeah, last night we had we invited our staff, and we had a couple of kids as young as 6 or 7, and they went, "Oof, that's 2.5 hours." But we do have an intermission. But yeah, we had. I asked my niece, who's about 7. I said, "Did you like it?" And she said, "I did." So you can bring littles to the show, and we'd like you to as well.
All right, Ted. Well, it opens tonight, I believe, goes tomorrow night, and then next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tickets available at the North Peace Cultural Center box office in person or online at npcc.bc.ca. Anything else you want to say before we let you go about this wonderful project you've been working on, Ted?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to the community because a show like this is not small. When you have 85 kids, 2 teachers, we reached out basically and we just said, "Hey, can you help?" And we had so many people crawl out of the woodwork. We had our shop class built these 3 custom tables. Our sewing class made some costumes. The community gave us so much money, and everywhere we just said hi, they said, "Oh yeah, take this." So it's really a community show. It's not just a North Peace show. It's like everybody has they know someone, they donated something. It's been just an honor to help that. So yeah, thank you to Fort St. John.
Awesome, Ted. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Again, npcc.bc.ca to get your tickets now for this wonderful production of North Peace Secondary School's Matilda the Musical. Ted, thanks for making some time for us this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks, Dub.
This community interview is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916 100th Avenue.